Hello, namaste. Hello, everyone. Good evening to you, all my dear friends. So shall we start today's section? So are you ready? Okay. So we have quite.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. So very nice to see your enthusiasm. So very nice. I'm really happy to your zeal and your interest. So nice of you. Okay. So we will see today we will be speaking related to the history of Marma Chikitsa. So how this Marma Chikitsa went, what are all the hardships that has been faced by the ashans or the acharya or guru to establish this system of medicine. So because see, whenever we learn something, if we are not understanding its history, what will happen? We will not be able to understand the depth of its knowledge, and also the patriotism. When we understand our mother nature, our mother India, or our own country, how much hardships it has been faced to in order to give us freedom, so we'll have the bhavane or the thought process of patriotism. In the same way, if you are learn a science, we have to understand who have sacrificed their life, how much struggle they have taken to develop this science. Then only we'll be having a respect, admiration, okay, to all the acharyas, what we are learning from here. Okay, so we will be starting the screen sharing. Okay, so are you able to see my screen now? Yeah. Are you able to see right my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So please respond. Okay, when I ask the questions, please respond. Okay, fine. Right. What is that? Disturbing in bit. Just a minute. Okay. Here comes the Marma Chikitsa and its history. Yeah. So yeah. So actually, tracing relieves that it was being established by Lord Shiva, shared his knowledge with his wife Parvati, who in turn taught her son Murugan about the Marma system. The knowledge was later passed on to the Tamil sages Agastya, who further enlightened his students. The ancient book of medicine from the 4th century, Shushruta Samhita, focuses on Marmakalai and discusses its consecutive and destructive potential in a great deal. So we know it has got a long origin, tracing whatever we say in Ayurveda. It has been told that Brahma Smrutayusho Vedam. It has been recollected by the Brahma, the Ayurveda system, which was previously there. He just recollected it and gave it to the Atreya. From Atreya, Ashwini Kumara. From Ashwini Kumara, it gone to Maharshi Atreya, Atri Putradikan, Bela, Jatukarana, Parashurimi, all those were students. Okay. So this slide is not moving at all. Yeah. The art of Varma was discovered by Siddhars for the well-being of humanity. The period of its birth could be around 1st century AD. The Tamil classical grammatical text Tolkappiyam holds proof for existence of this art. The word Tirumandiram belongs to 5th century AD, also claims this art. Tirumolar, who wrote Tirumandiram, has deeply pondered about this art. It is the fact to say that Siddhas, the disciples of Tirumular, developed this art in Tamil and Tamil Nadu. So the thing is that Kalingar was a disciple of Tirumular. His disciple was Bogar, Pulipani, Sataimuni, Karudevar, to name a few, was the disciples of Bogar. Similarly, Agasthyar, a Siddha also developed this art. His disciple Therayar propagated the idea of Varma treatment. So these are all the historical aspects of the development of the Varmam. So if you understand who are these great personalities, we'll be having respect towards them. So only I am sharing. So before to know each and every art, we should know the hardships of the personality, those who have dedicated their life and whole and soul to this system, to develop the system, to propagate the system. So only we are understanding the things. Also, Ramadevar has a written book on Varmam. Three Siddhas, Bogar, Agasthyar, Ramadevar were primarily responsible for the growth and propagation of Varmam. The Siddhas were spiritually in nature. They had the thought of welfare of humanity only. One such creation is called as Varmam for the purpose of life. They did not only develop the Varmam, they developed an idea of the colorify, okay, it a defensive art, and also how to see the water in a ground. So we can see in which place we get more groundwater. So all these techniques, how to fight with a wild animal, so how to control its mind. So you have to understand one thing. Marmam is 108. The 108 Varmam is Manas. If you are able to control the Manas, that is one of the most powerful Marmam. One of my guru, so I will tell about him later. So he has the ability to control by just seeing, that is Noku Varma. Control the mind, from which he will be able to defeat us. He will be able to increase Vata Pitta Kapha in our body itself. So it's everything is possible if we are able to control the Manas. So 108 Marmam is Manas. Okay. So that's why in Noku Varmam, the person, whenever the person goes to attack the Noku Varmam Ashan, what happens? He just by staring at him itself, he forgets for what he has come from, for why he has come, all these things he get mind blank. So it's not possible to harm this Noku Varmam Ashan at all. So that is why we are able to understand the role of Manas is very much high. Okay. It is astounding to know that the root, trunk, and the branches of Varmam are based downly in the Tamil Nadu. The branch and roots are developed in Tamil Nadu of India. Okay, so just a minute. Yeah. So that too specifically in Kanyakumari district. Okay, Kurunjai, Mullai, Marutam, Natal, Palai are the different forms of landscapes mentioned in the ancient Tamil grammatical text, which is mostly situated in Kanyakumari itself. Sage Agasthyar is believed to be residing in the Kodagai hills. This hill is believed to convert earth energy into body energy. Even today, Agasthyar cave near the Kalikesam hills remind us of sage Agasthyar. The art of Varmam strengthen the body. The why the Varmam it is been taught, because not only to cure. So it's a principle, it's a way of stimulating the marmam or the stimulating the vital points by which the body, mind, and the life force will be strengthened. Okay, so Kalari is a self-defense art form it is referred as Adimorai. The martial arts techniques is the only one form what you are going to see. So only Varmam, usually people say that people get afraid Varmam, oh no, it's a very defensive technique. No. So if it's a one part only they have taught regarding the Kalari fight, rest everything. If at all, if we fight with an enemy, even though the enemy is stronger, we will be able to easily reduce his energy by just giving a small compression to the vital parts, that is Varmam points, where the energy resides. So when we weaken the power of our opponent, even if we feel that Are Papa, Che Papa, let him, I will correct him and I will send him. Even if we think that, and we will be able to reverse whatever the damage we have caused to the Marma. So that two parts have been told in Marma Chikitsa. Marma Chikitsa is purely for the treatment itself, not for destroying. So the same points, how it could be destroyed, it is been taught in the Kalari fight. Getting the point. So usually what happens when the both Kalari fight patu get into the battlefield, they however damage one another's Marmam points. So definitely what will happen, they will definitely lack in the power. So the Marmam Ashans, those who will be knowing both, that is how to fight and how to recover the points, so they will be learning these points and immediately they will correct that weakness of the Marmam points then and there itself. So what will happen, they can continue their fight. So now Varmam Ashans were afraid. Now you have to understand one thing, Varmam Ashan were afraid to reveal their art. Those were the days where fingers of the weavers of Bengal were chopped off to stop the quality of the cloth they were making. Okay, who has done this? British. If the British people were knowing Varma is not in the hands but in the heads, they might have chopped the Ashan's head. Luckily, we have them because of the collective efforts of the Ashans of Kalari fight. Okay, so till date they have preserved it. Several years back, we got manuscripts from the well of Kanyakumari in a earthen pot. The Ashan lived 100 years ago. Just a minute, I have to admit few persons. Yeah. Okay. Ashans lived 100 years ago, have translated the original manuscript in palm leaves, which we have today. So it is easy for us to learn them. They are Kiliyur Arugam Ashan, Karungal Yogavahan Ashan, Ravi Puttur Abatu Katha Pilli Ashan, etc. The new generation Ashan were Karungal Alexander Ashan, Katayan Villai Selvamani Ashan, etc. My salute to all of them. During the 5th century AD, Tirumular introduced Varmam in the written form in the name of Veda Sakti. The duration to study Marma from a guru took 12 years. It's not a simple thing. Whenever guru feels that, okay, he's very trustworthy, he will not damage anyone, he does not use this Kalari fight technique to kill, rob, or destroy anyone, then only he will relieve all the Nokuvarmam techniques, all the things, or else he will not relieve it all. It should be used for the constructive purpose of humanity, not to distract. So henceforth, they took 12 years of continuous education. When Guru understands, he is compassionate, and uses his Varma Vidya only for the betterment of humanity, then only taught in the complete form, or else will be terminated. We get books written by Agastya, Bogar, and Ramadeva, which constitutes of various topics including medicine, yoga, spirituality, philosophy, psychology, pharmacology, astrology, self-defense, etc. Many things they have written and dedicated their whole life into it. Among these fields, the use of Varmam in the medical field alone has been developed and promoted among the people by the Arts Research Institute, ARI, at Coimbatore. My salute to my Asham. Dr. N. Shanmugam, PhD scholar in Tamil, he has done more than 35 years of research in medical varmology and learned this art from more than 75 Varmam Ashams. It's not a simple job at all. He has dedicated personality, he has learned, and also his mother itself is a first guru because he is from a Varmam family itself. So to collaborate all the thought process, the names, everything, it's a studious job. So from him only I have learned, and so only I will be able to teach you. In medical BAMS, we are not taught how to stimulate and how to correct the Varmam. We have been taught that there is 108 Varmam. They are the classification we have found out, and few things we know, only a few things, not even 1%. That by that we will not be able to do anything. So no Ayurvedic doctors are knowing how to do, how to operate, how to correct the Marmam, because it's not in the syllabus. It's extra syllabus where it was then. So all these were hidden in the manuscripts, and Guru did not expose because of the afraid of Britishers. As these things kept on vanishing day by day, so even our ashans, our clarified ashans, they as they have kept this knowledge, then only we are able to give, and it has been condensed and clearly written by Dr. Shanmugan Ashan, and when he is teaching, then only we will be able to understand all the things whatever you are studying now. Okay, he has enormous knowledge in Varmalakalai. He knows very beautiful Nadi. He beautifully sees by Noku Varmam itself. We can experience, I personally experienced, he can decrease our heartbeat or increase our heartbeat, everything that could be done by seeing into a particular Marmam points with a particular wavelength. So many more. He is an ocean of knowledge, needs at least 3 janma to study what he has learned till now. He is an advisory committee to Ayush, how to implement Varmam into Ayurveda course. So maybe in a future way, so there will be a possibility of adopting the Varmakalai into Ayurveda. But I think that this Varmakalai should not just go to the BAMS only. It should go to all the system of medicine, because it's not a medicine aspect. Just by touching, by just the hands only, you will be able to relieve the pain. You will be able to decrease the BP. You will be able to decrease the sugar. You will be able to elevate elevate the pain, increase in spirituality. All this could be done by this could be done by only by hand itself. Okay, that is the most simple and easiest and low cost efficient job that we can do. To know this, we have to understand the Nadi for better experiencing, better understanding where the block it is. Okay, so only I will be teaching a Nadi along with this itself. So if anyone would like to learn from him, I can guide to him, because he's excellent. Marmam point. Marmam point massage dates back to southern India, year 1500 BC. Masters of Kalari, an ancient martial arts, first discovered the power of Marmam points. The battle, Kalari fighters targeted opponent's Marmam point as a way to inflict the pain and injury. According to the Kalari lore, people have 12 Marmam points. When hit, will create a knockdown blow. That is Sadhyo Pranahara Marmam. Okay. So what they do, the important Varmam points has been protected, and they wear a shield wherever the important Varmams are there to protect from getting injury. So now let us discuss what is Varmam. Varmam is a subtle energy which helps in the proper functioning of the body and life force. This is called as Varmam Vayu, energy, Vasi, Chi in acupuncture. This energy regulates proper functioning of Vayu, Rakta, Ushna Sanchara, that is heat flow in the body, thereby preventing the affliction of disease. So the Varmam energy connected with the entire body and life force. In Sanskrit, this Varmam energy is referred as Marmam. Sage Patanjali referred to it as Prana Shakti. Saint Tirumolar refer it as Veda Shakti. This energy is subtle than air. Subtle in the sense it's in a very micro form, not even microform. That small where you will not be identified and you will not be able to see. Even you can see the virus very small. You have to see in electron microscope. Not even that Vayu will not be able to see when you dissect or do. You cannot compare any organs in our body has an marmam. Okay, it's a place and juncture of joining of all the mamsa, asti, sira, snayu, sandhi. Okay, the place in the body where the subtle Varmam energy is found are referred as Varmam points or Marma location. These Varmam points are located at nadis, nerve, blood vessels, junction of bones, muscles, muscle tissue, and are spread throughout the body. Although Varmam text mentions the existence of 8,000 Varmam points, there is general notion that there are 108 Varmam points which serves the basis of art of Varmam. Okay, they are classified into 12 Padu Varmams and 96 Todu Varmams. Now we'll understand what is the functions of Varmam points. Varmam points are located where the mixture of Panchamahabhutam, Dashavayu, Nadi, Vasi, Kundalini are found in abundance. So only when you block each and every energy of your hand, it will go off. So when you just by hitting into this point, complete what will happen? This will go in this way. So this is called as Mujipirangai Varmam. Wherever if you hold a chaku or anything like that, whenever you press over this point, immediately the hand will open in this way. So this is a place where the Vasi, that is the power which gives all the strength to this much hand, these many fingers. If this Varmam is affected, all these fingers get paralyzed. If you energize, if you know the art of energizing this Varmam, then it will be easy. Within few minutes, you will be able to stimulate the things. So definitely, we are dealing moreover with nervous system, and moreover to that, the nature of energy that is found in these is in the form of air and moderate heat with optimum water content. That is the point which is having Vata, Pitta and Kapha. That is Ushmata is there, air is there, and also water content is there. So the balancing of Vata, Pitta, Kapha is very much important as told in Ayurveda. The same energy, it is being subtle energy stored in few points. We are analyzing it and we will be able to tell you if one is affected, how to treat that one from which point. We will be able to later on explain. When a Varmam the energy field Varmam points perform a fundamental function such as receiving and supplying energy. Receiving and supplying energy. Okay. When a Varmam points draws required energy from another Varmam points, it is referred as receiving. So one Varmam points has the connection with another Varmam points. If you block this, so the energy from here, it will not go to this place. Getting the point. So if you want to destroy a opponent's hand, you can hit here so that complete energy of the hand is being lost. If we hit over here, this portion energy is be lost. So wherever you want to block the Varmam, you block the higher end so that lower end will be completely gone off. And if you want to regenerate it, that technique is being told in the Edirkalai Tadabal Varmam, how to tap and bring back the subtle energy to its normal form. So that is being taught and taught in the next future class. Getting the points. And the term supplying means sending energy from one Varmam points to another Varmam points. For example, if you had a beat here, over here, you had a fall, or you got a powerful punch over your flanks. How to recover? You take the support of the hand, cup it in this way, tap it, okay, by the another hand. I'll be explaining that in another class, the steps and procedure and all. Immediately, the pain or everything, the person who will be having the breathlessness will immediately be combated. So it's a very much essential in emergency critical care management. Okay, this is not simple treatment. We can use in a critical care management also. Once what happened, one of our helper, that is my servant, those who works in our estate, he had a fall from a 22 feet height tree and suddenly got a struck over here. I tapped it and immediately he was able to walk home aramse. Till now, no problem. So in the same way, I was going for a jogging. By mistake, my dog came in between. I just kicked in the flanks of the dog. After 3-4 steps, it fall down as if he was going to be die. So I tapped the other side. So it immediately got response and it started running. So all this experience gave me that there is something more than anatomy, physiology, fracture, pathology, MRI, and everything. There is something which we are not able to see in a minute eyes, something we have to understand by its functions. If you are wanted to see only your naked eye something, and I believe only after the things which I can see, then you will be a failure, because you will not be able to see a Varmam. You will be able to see by its function. If a patient comes, I don't have any strength, sir. I had a beat over here, I had a fall over here. You correct with the other Varmam, help of the other Varmam, give the energy to that Varmam. Immediately the person, sir, I am okay, fine. Within 2 minutes, no painkiller, no injections, no massage, nothing. Within 2 seconds, he will be able to do his job very fine. If so, we have to understand and believe that there is something called as Vayu, there is something called as Varmam. If you are understanding the things, it will be very much easy to correct the people. So people take me with 4 people carry, within 15 minutes, the patient will be walking on their own. So I can give many such evidence and examples, how they are coming, how they are going. It does not give a big sense unless until you understand the things, you find it is a miracle. So when you understand, this is not a miracle, it's a simple science which has been taught by our Rishi, Maharshis, Siddhars and all. It is very much easy to understand. So proper stimulation of these points escalates the efficiency of these function and helps the body to become hale and healthy. So during ancient times, during ancient times, knowledge of Varmam was known to king and warriors only. It was applied in the battlefields to hit and achieve maximum lethal effect on enemies. This science was used both in warfare and surgery. From common elements to serious neuromuscular disease, all can be treated. So common elements like headache and all, everything. So Srishruta Samhita describes 107 Varmam points in the body. In Tamil tradition, 108 Varmam points are enumerated. In Kadari tradition of Kerala, 365 Varmam points are being in practice. Major Varmam points corresponds to the 7 chakra or energy centers of the body, while minor points radiates out along the trunk and limbs. The points cover both the front and back of the body, including 22 in the lower extremities, 22 in the arms, 12 on the chest and stomach, 14 on the back, 37 on the head and the neck. Okay, the mind is considered as 108 Varmam, as I told you each and every time. The human body needs Shodhana, revitalization, in order to perform its functions normally and efficiently. In the Ayurvedic system, especially in Kerala, marmam massage is performed as a routine in preventive medicine. A professional therapist isolates the marmam points and tone them up by increasing the blood flow to the affected part of the neuromuscular junction. They also aim to tone the surrounding muscles also. So wounded Kalari fighters were nursed back to the health with marmam therapy. Practitioners used marmam points massage to stimulate healing in the area that corresponds to the injuries. For blow to the intestines, for example, marmam points on the back of the calf, which responds with the transverse parts of the large intestine. So there is a counterpart in each and everything. So as I told you, there is a classification. Sadhyo pranahara marmam. If you hit, immediately the person will die. You hit him. After he goes to his home, he will die. Vishalyakara marmam. Like, the word shalya refers to the foreign body. When foreign body pierces the varieties of marmam, the injured person survives as long as the foreign body remains in that place of injury. So in most of the old films, you might see one knife or something will enter into the marmam stomach or something like that. Until he removes it, he will be there. Once the knife is been removed, he will he will die. So Vaikalyakara karma, because you hit it, he cause a permanent deformity. Okay, Rujakara varmam. These marmam neither result in deformity nor death, but results in excruciating pain when injured. The same type, Mamsa marmam 11 points, Asti 8 points, Snayu marmam 27, Sandhi 20, Sira, all those things. So, what do you call? These are the 4 basic purpose of marmam. It removes what are the purpose? It removes the blocks in the energy channels, that is called as srotas. It classifies vata dosha, bringing back to its normal. It creates a psychic, mental and emotional flexibility. Okay, this generates treatment. This gentle treatment creates an opportunity to experience.
Sir, sorry to disturb you. Yeah, I'm Dr. Farida speaking from Bangalore. Yeah, someone's mic is on in between. Lots of disturbance we are getting. So yeah, kindly put everyone's mic on mute.
Yeah, please, everyone, please keep their mic on mute. I am understanding that we are only having 6 minutes. So later on we'll be discussing. So I am just hurrying up in my schedule. So immediately after this video, those who want to discuss anything, so I'll be giving a link in the Google Meet. Just you can click onto it and you can ask question. That will be just question and answer hour. That's it. Okay, this is a gentle treatment, creates an opportunity to experience powerful and dynamic transformation of physical, mental, emotional and spiritual level by building a positive link with unconscious mind. That is, it's only just not relieve the common pain or paralysis, nothing like that. So it will lead us to a spiritual pathway. So dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So the moksha path will be relieved by the varmam energy. So whatever the thought process which is occurring in us, negative thoughts, if you varmam points are being triggered properly, the negative thoughts, the possibility of negative thoughts will be vanished, and the person will goes to a state of spiritual well-being. So in marmam therapy, the vital points that are related to the particular alignment are identified. These points are stimulated with the help of various techniques. See, it is we can stimulate by the eyes, noku varmam, by the tongue, okay, by licking, okay, just by touching, by tapping. All these many techniques are there to stimulate a varmam. In a small children, need not to operate with the hand, just by the tongue operation itself, by licking itself, not licking, just only that much pressure. They are very specific in the pressure. By just the pressure, it should be very low. It's not that we have got very muscle power and you have to put all your energy over the points. No. So they have very clearly regarding the pressure also. Classification of marmam points, I told you: Kadu varmam, Kodu varmam, Kattu varmam, by massage, Tadavu Varmam, Noku Varmam, by licking, Nakku Varmam. So all this I have told. 4 basic Varmam points. These are the few Varmam points we will be able to discuss in elaborate. Varmam therapy is utilization of 107 Varmam points in the body, which are judged to assess the point to body, mind, and cognitions. Marmam allows a person to determine the flow of life through both the authorities of the, it will help to balance our manas and spiritual things, to balance all the vaka, pitta, kapha. So when you understand the nadi, which varmam has been destroyed, so you initiate and trigger that varmam, that will be enough. And that is the complete treatment itself. So patients go to my guru, that is Dr. Shanmugan Akshan, the autism children, cerebral palsy children, and sugar, BP, stroke, renal failure. Many persons have a queue of 300 patients daily. He sees and does not give any single medicine to them, but they are getting recovered day by day. That itself shows that Marmam itself has the potentiality to address each and every disease of the human being. Only thing is that you have to understand which points has to be added, why I am doing that point, what is the causing factor, blocking factor to that person. So that itself is a biggest thing and biggest challenge to our system, how we have to study all those things. In my experience, I have been treating the patients with Marmam, acupuncture and all. Now I understood that Marmam alone can do a great thing, and by Nadi itself will be able to diagnose the things. Moreover, it will be a very easy job to address major of the complicated cases. Actually, when you understand the Nadi, it will be very simple and you can understand where there is a block. You relieve the block, immediately patient will be free. So I have seen in many patients. Today one patient came with the paralysis, not paralysis, Parkinson's. But they were telling Parkinson's. Actually, the 75 years old man was in the droni shape, like boat shape. He is not able to bend his neck like this. His backbone was in the V shape. His leg was in this. So he is not able to walk. He's been carried by 2 people. So I had a video. I think I will share you. Where after going, he was able to walk. I don't give any medicine to him. He was suffering from 2 years. In the same way, each and every time he takes an allopathy medicine, the condition used to become very worse, swelling and all used to come. Whenever I just applied the Varmam and acupuncture technique, relaxation of the muscle was there, and he was able to walk in a 20 minutes time. So what I am telling you is that you can make the people joyful moments, because even if I had reached before to that, it was very much easy for us. Okay, so we are winding up the program. So these are the few things. Okay, so we have winded the program. So see you in the Google Meet. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for being with me, and let's see in the Google Meet. Okay, so immediately I will be sharing the Google Meet link. Okay, I'll be sending the Google Meet link now. So thank you.